Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea, and the single best idea is in doing this for decades, plural. This has been one of the most extraordinary weeks. And what you do, it's a blur, folks. I mean, just to give you a little vignette here, Cy Benson's in my ears constantly with my headphones on, literally telling me what the next thing is, tick by tick by tick, because Paul and I are looking at 8 things going on in real time, and we can't keep track of, like, what's next or what's out 3 things or that. And with the quality of the conversations that we had this week, given this amazing news flow culminating in all the tariff announcements today and then this jobs report, it's just the privilege of these conversations. And you remember one single sentence out there. Here's the sentence of the week, and it's from Lael Brainard, the vice chairman of the Fed, thrilled that she could join us from Harvard. And Dr. Brainard said simply, they want to bring in revenue. And that was I'm not saying I agree that that's a public policy with tariffs, but at $500 billion or $400 billion, whatever the number is, it's a big number. And that's what this is about, as all America faces the combination of this jobs economy and the tariff discussion. And then it redounds back to the market with, as we film this right now, the Dow negative 700. We'll see where we end up out in the far distance at 4 p.m. Single best idea. Stephanie Roth nailed it with Wolf Research. We had her in quickly for a victory lap. It's rare that an economist can come in at 80,000 when the shock number was 73,000. And Stephanie Roth goes to the Mexican border.
I think the main thing that we took away from this print is that immigration is having a big impact on the labor market. And this is not just because depressing the July print, but also the reasons for the big revisions that are and should be making headlines today.
They are.
Because this is a labor market where headline job gains, the break-even, steady-state pace of job growth has slowed down substantially. Yep. And that will be the case for quite some time given the immigration policy. Yet it tightens the labor market, keeps the unemployment rate largely steady. It puts upward pressure on inflation on top of the tariff inflation. In
the budget lab at Yale, modeling out a lift in the unemployment rate out 18 months. And who knows what that migration will be. But, I hear 4.7, 4.8, 18 different flavors, different analysis. All I know is 4.9 is distant from 5.0. Michael Darda knows that as well at Roth. Michael Darda bringing in the markets into our discussion of the American economy.
So the markets have priced in 91 basis points over the next 12 months. So does the FOMC guide markets for more than that or less than that? Right now, I think you've got quite a bit of division on the committee. We did get 2 dissents. That's the first time 2 Fed governors dissented
this week. They look like geniuses this morning.
Since 1993, right. But I think the focus has to be on price stability. Obviously, the Fed wants to preserve the business cycle, but inflation's still above target. And if the Fed is going to be harangued and cajoled into cutting rates when it's perhaps inappropriate to do so, if inflation expectations go up, then long-term interest rates go up, not down. So if the president's concerned about debt financing costs, let the Fed do its job. Let's return inflation to target, and price stability is the number one way that you're going to have moderate market interest rates. The other way is get the fiscal house in order, and Washington, D.C. has
good luck with that.
Base planted in that regard.
Michael Darda with wisdom there from Roth Capital. I would suggest we are deep into August, and all that means is we're getting towards an election in 2026. Some would say it's begun now, but let's be charitable and say in 4 or 5 months. I don't think the politicians and all of our House of Representatives is going to be worrying about the inflation dynamic here. They're going to be looking at that labor market, and we're committed to covering it here in the coming months. The shock revision today. Thank you again with the leadership of Anna Wong of Bloomberg Economics. She was brilliant today. We're on podcasts. It's a new rage, they keep telling me. Apple, thank you so much. Spotify, thank you. And on YouTube podcasts, it's the single best idea.